What's up, chat? Welcome back. Damn. I was thinking of these bars of 25 here, but you're already pushing. What's up, Michelangelo? What's up, Wayne? Wayne with the Maino. Good, thanks, and you? Okay. Morning, Rita. I'm glad you checked that out. So, yeah, based off the weekly analysis, I basically just touched on the fact that we are in a range here already, coming into CPI. Through Asian session, you actually had a pretty clean move here to the upside. I saw some headlines, something to do with China. Doesn't seem too major, but maybe leading to a little bit more demand in gold there. So we've got two, bullish 4 hours coming into this session. Now we can also see some reactions off 1930 here. So we'll see as price comes back into 1930. And this is why I said I was interested in the buys off 25. Because what I can see here is we've had rejections of 1930. Price is coming down, but you can see very low volume. And then, I identified that we were failing to break below this 25 level. You were forming support, and with very low volume at that time, coming into COMEX, anticipated that if we were getting, two bullish 15-minute candles there off of 1925, we'll most probably see a push here back up to 28, maybe even up to 30. So those would just be like short-term buys just to see what happens, because I don't know if price will break above 1930. But considering I missed entries off 1925, at this point now I just have to wait for that move up into this resistance at 1928 or 1930 and see how price reacts there. So if we are not getting breaks above this area, then we can be looking for sells from this resistance in this session. For me, for buys at this point, I would probably have to see breaks above 1930. And we don't need to necessarily come up back all the way to this resistance. That could be a little bit of a liquidity grab, and then we'll see what COMEX does. If COMEX breaks below 25 here, we could begin to see that downside move coming in. But right now, still pretty low volume. Candles printing side by side. You had a little bit of a push there on the 5-minute, but short-lived. So let's say we don't get moves up to 28 or 30. You know, then the ideas for sells are below 1925. You've got this structure here from basically Asian session at about 22, where below there you've got a nice clean candle down to 1920. So more sells below here as well. So now we're just looking to take advantage of the range that price is in. You know, we've had that move up from the support. So gave the buy ideas from 1915 on the breakdown. I wasn't really expecting such a move up. Like I said, I think we actually had some headlines through the night there. I'll double check on that. But overall, I actually wasn't expecting such a strong move to the upside. But this could just be a pullback setting up for the week. One of the other things I mentioned based off the weekly candle here was, you know, last week we had a nice bearish candle close. If we're looking for this week's candle to continue moving down, where would be a nice level to pull back into? And I said 1930 there, based off of that structure to the left. So let's see if we can hold below 1930, then of course we're looking for the sells here today. We've come back into 25 here. Looks like we're rejecting again. A little bit of volatility, but maybe just a liquidity grab at Comex still to get that push up here. You know what? Let's see how the 5-minute closes. It's 1 minute left. I was thinking to take it on the flip here. Stops are really not too bad. Below 1925. Yeah, Chad. I'm gonna give it a shot here. I'm gonna take some buys here. Stops are pretty small. So my stop will be at 24.5. I'll leave my TP, I want to say open basically, but potential runners to 1935 today for these buy ideas, because if we move up into 1930 and get breaks above, those moves up to 1935 make a lot of sense. Are you in buys? Yes, I'm in. Amen. Also, what we can see here on the dollar is we've also had a bit of a pullback through Asian session. You have found a bit of support at 104.5, which is a very significant level. But it appears as though we are forming a bit of resistance here as well. Not too much volume. But yeah, I mean, DXY has really been on a run here, so we could easily anticipate some pullbacks on the dollar. Gold, yeah. 30-minute candle's coming to a close, so we're not seeing too much happen right now, but it looks like we'll close bullish, respecting this 25 level, which then should be alright. Stop loss here is 24.5. Ooh. Okay, moving quickly here. Not gonna be able to manage. Moving a little bit too quick to really manage the position, but we tapped into 25 again, still holding above. 30-minute probably will close bearish, but still above this support. Definitely not looking amazing there. He's still above 1925. I'm not concerned. If I take a stop here, that's alright. You know, this is a bit of a riskier trade in this range. But we're coming off quite a lot of bullish volume. That 25 is a solid level. I was happy to give this idea a shot here. Very close. Yeah, I'm out. Okay. About 17 pips there, negative 17 pips. I know the 30-minute candle, looked like it grabbed liquidity, closed bearish, and that 5-minute had closed strong bearish there, but don't rush into sells. We're still above this 25 level. So, I might just have got wicked out here, and then price continues back up to that 28. That's fine. I'd rather take the stop, manage the risk. But overall, don't rush into anything now. So if you want safer options here, also just waiting for this 4-hour to close. If we do close bearish, then we are forming resistance here off 1930, 1928. And then next 4-hour with NYC volume should be clean for the sales. But same story, I mean, if we actually end up flipping bullish on this 4-hour, close bullish above 28.5 or even better above 1930, the buys up to 1935 still make a lot of sense as well. What's your thoughts on GJ, please? To be honest with you, I don't think about GJ. You can send a chart to the Discord and I can have a look for you. It looks like we're still holding this 25. Looks like this 5-minute will close bullish as well. It's tempting to just give it another shot, but it's like at this point, are there really those confirmations I need? I don't know. No stress, meneer Nico. Gold already took Friday's low and high. Yeah, today's been wild already. Okay, so what I can see is that we're still holding above 1925 here. You are just ranging. But like I say, my ideas here, overall, I'm more bearish to be honest. But we also just have to look at these candles through Asian session and London. You know, we had a pretty strong move up. We're struggling to get any pushes to the downside. So I'm anticipating that even if we do get those sells playing out today, we'll probably revisit 1928 or 1930 first to see something like that. So come grab some liquidity. Otherwise, breaks below 25 for those sells. Let's just wait and see. Dude, buy or sell? Bro, you're the one who said it will go down. Sell it then. It's crazy. He literally says it will go down. He's very convinced. But 2 minutes later asks buy or sell. Mad. Open both and then close whichever's profitable. Just waiting, chat. Just waiting. Might have to wait for the 4-hour close. I'm interested to see this 15 close. If we're closing bullish here again, I still think we'll get moves up here to 28.5 or 1930. And then there's enough range for me to be taking buys to give that idea a shot. You know, whether we actually break above 1930 and get runners to 1935, I'm not too sure. We may come up into 1930 and then reject. And then at that point, I would be, you know, getting out of those buys and possibly then looking for the sells. Do you trade crude? I only trade gold. Okay, chat, we're still holding above 25 here. 15, you're getting a bullish engulfing candle. You know, if we're going to see volume here, I'm anticipating to see that volume moving away from this 25 level since we are seeing rejections and holding above. Okay, so I'm going to give this one more shot on the break of the previous 15-minute high. Here at about 26.4. Okay. So I'm in here. Stops in the same place as earlier, 24.5. Let's see, are we going to get that volume now? You've basically been ranging since NY Open. CME. CME, that's with the FedWatch. That FedWatch tool. Send a link there in the chat, Danny. Stops are about 19 pips, but if you want to even safer stop, you could have it at 24 for about 24 pips below this wick. But 25 is the key level here, so I've got it 5 pips below there. You can see how we were respecting there quite nicely, and then we kind of just had a fake out below. So, if we are to move up, I'm anticipating we respect 1925. Yeah, I'm in. I'm in. Two trades, 2 L's. What are you talking about? What's up, Storm? $19.32 TP. My final TP will be $19.35. We've got 8 minutes here for the 4-hour close. Will be very interesting if we can see that 4-hour flip bullish. Okay, so if this 5 does close bearish like this, this is obviously showing signs of rejection here. So then I'll manage the position if we're closing really ugly. If we do pull back and leave a decent bottom wick, then I'm going to hold off from management. Just zooming out here. 30 minutes still bullish. We're still holding above 25. Hourly earlier on already formed a support here at 12. And then, yeah, we closed bearish, but still holding above 25. So if we close bullish here, we get some volume. Anticipating we move back up to this resistance. Four hour maybe close bearish, but before price push down, should create a top wick first. Let's wait and see. Anything can happen in 5 minutes. Doesn't have a very far way to push to flip bullish on the 4 hour. So anything can happen here. Lazy Monday. Yeah, low volume. But things should pick up with NYSE. Not crazy, but at least better than this. Or that new 4 hour candle. Should give you some nice setups. $19.30 is a very critical level. So, you can see the nice reaction there already earlier today. Basically at London Open. So if we come and revisit 1930, see rejections, like I say, from there the sells make a bit more sense. Don't want to be rushing into sells from here. Only reason I've taken buys and going completely against my original analysis is because I'm scaling in, understanding the lower time frames, understanding the volume in the session. Yes, sales look like the play, But if the volume is not coming into the downside and you were in sells, you're going to be sitting in drawdown. So like I say, for me, I've got enough range to take advantage of these buy ideas here. It is riskier. Yes, the first one got taken out. But, you know, the idea is there. And if this 4-hour flips bullish, if the 4-hour flips bullish, those sells are not going to look as good as they looked earlier in the session. And at that point, I would be holding buys. So why not give it a shot? Scared money don't make no money. Your first entry is always at 50-50. What do you mean, bro? I tried my best. What could I do about that week? I got stopped out by like 2 pips. Fuck. Okay, so the 4-hour candle closed. So look at this, we did close bearish. But you've got this resistance here to the left at 27.3. We've closed still above that level. This wick on the previous 4-hour retested this 25 level. And this is a biltong on the 4-hour. If we get breaks above the previous 4-hour high, that looks beautiful, to be honest. To push up to possibly 1935 in the session, as discussed. Look at the hour, the 30 minute. So it looks good. Very early into the 4-hour. The issue is, you know, you can get a reaction off of this zone. And you could also get a steeper bottom wick on the 4-hour. The sells are not completely off the table. But I wouldn't want to rush anything with that bullish hour close there. I'll go break even a little bit sooner. I'll go break even as we break the previous 4-hour high. Yeah, at 28. Four-hour biltong, yeah, it is. Our first trade was also buys. I took it. Okay. It was when this 5-minute wick down came back and flipped bullish. So I initially wanted to get in somewhere down here on the new 15 minutes with the stops below here. And then the new 15 minute opened up, pushed up, and then it came back to 25. I saw it reject 25. As that 5 flipped bullish, I got in. Stops at the same place they are now. Just got taken out. Okay. So chat, we're breaking the previous 4-hour high. So stop loss to entry right now is a pretty good call. So risk-free trade here. And let's see what happens. So currently up about 17 pips. You know, the first trade was negative 17 pips. Roughly. So should be sitting back at about break even. $28 is just quite a crucial level. You can see all the rejections here. So I haven't secured anything yet. But definitely a good shot to go break even. Chickens. Will you take partials at 20 pips? I'm looking to secure at 1930. I just got a TP1 and a run a TP here. If you want a safer stop, because you know break even is quite tight. This is just an idea. I think for me, I'll leave my stop where it is since I've already taken an L today. But looking at this range right here, so this previous 15 minute was your breakout candle. So you could have your stop loss below there. Just to give it a little bit more room, would be about 10 pips. But yeah, on the break of the previous 4-hour high, you know, at that point, I don't want to see price coming back to entries. We grabbed a lot of liquidity to the downside on the previous 4-hour if you look at that wick. You know, so I don't need to see a steep bottom wick on this current 4-hour. So I'd rather just go break even. Sometimes full Nando's peri peri. No Woolies chicken today. Nando's. Treating yourself. Looking nice. Looking really nice. What's at 1932 that everyone's so interested in? I'm just asking because it's a level I didn't really see. 1932 to the left. Lots of rejections there. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, 1932 is quite a significant level. It was actually a level that I was looking at, based off of all of these rejections to the left. But you know, when price was most recently in that area, we broke through it quite easy. You know, so you weren't really seeing 32 being respected so well. But yeah, be careful of 1932. That's definitely a level you could target. Maybe I'll make that like a TP2. Buy or sell? Bro, just jump off of a bridge. Can we expect that sudden move like on Friday? Wouldn't expect too much, but as we come into NYSE, yes, volume can definitely pick up. You know, as you can see, the new 4-hour candle already, things are picking up here. NY session, this is what I was discussing, I think last week. How, you know, New York Open, it's shit to trade. Guys like to trade New York session and they're trading very early into the session. That's not a great time to trade, to be honest. You normally get a lot of this. And I knew that, but I was willing to take the chances with the smaller stop below 25 and give it a chance. You know, the idea is playing out. You can see the idea now. So overall though, you get cleaner moves on the new 4-hour and in and around NYC. So we'll see how price reacts to 1930, you know. So far this is looking good. It's looking like a continuation from this move through Asian session, and this was sort of the idea, that we were really bullish through Asian. You know, you had a pullback to 25, but at least had range to move up to 1930. Okay, 1930 incoming. I'll secure 50% at 1930. You see these few moves up into this level 1929. We didn't quite reach 1930, so need to just be careful of that as well. But it makes sense here to come and retest these highs from earlier, from London session. 15 is about to close. Can we break the previous 15-minute high and get a nice little push there to 1930? I do want to be careful here. You know, we may see volume die out a little bit. Coming into NYC, might not get that complete push up to 1930, so need to just be careful of that. Look at these rejections to the left, you know, in this area. So just be mindful of that. Yeah, stalling out a little bit here. See, I don't want to give away too much of this profit here. This was quite a nice clean move, and I'm still quite nervous of rejections from 1930. So yeah, we can see price kind of stalling out. I'm going to close out 50% here. Yeah. It's about 27 pips. Secured 27 pips. Just shy of that TP1. You know, coming into NYC and just in this rejection area, I don't want to get too married to the idea of pushing into 1930. You know, we're about 10 pips away. I've still got a runner here, so let's see what the runner can do. If not securing, I hope you're trailing your stop. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of trailing stops, so yeah, that's why I was looking quite closely here. You know, we can see we're getting that push to 2030 now. or 1930, my bad, which is fine. You know, I'm trusting my instinct. In this time of volume, you need to be able to trust your instinct and be decisive. You know, there's no right way to go about it. Some people will say hold your positions, like trade the like what do they say? Plan the trade and trade the plan. So, you know, if you've got a target at 1930, you must hold to 1930. No, that's ridiculous. If price is telling you something else, then, you know, secure some of your position. Not that we were seeing major rejections here or anything, but I don't want to be caught holding the bag here when I already took a minor L, you know. So I don't mind securing a little bit early, understanding that NYSE can give you pullbacks. So now, you know, I'm not as stressed if we do get some sort of pullback here, or even come back to break even. It's pretty much going to be like almost a break even day for me. Yeah, not bad. But I mean, with this runner now, even after the first loss, you should be up. What's up, Ned? Just thinking about NYSE, you know, NYSE normally likes to pull back to some sort of key level. We even saw this last week, and this was quite an aggressive pullback, but we were taking these sells here, and these were nice, decent sells off 1925 position. You know, the positions looked something like this. And had a good close there, closed out partials down there. But look at the pullback. Pulled back all the way to just about 1930. And that was at NYSE. So NYSE, because you can see this resistance that was formed earlier in the day on Friday. You know, we hadn't quite come into this 28 or 30, which is really your zone of interest. And that's what I wanted to see earlier on in that session, was a pullback into that level, but it came at NYSE. That just shows how aggressive of a pullback you can get at NYSE and still get the trade ideas playing out. So I'm just thinking, like, where could we pull back to for NYSE? Because you could even come back down all the way to 25. You know, grab liquidity and then get a push. But it's tough. It's tough. NYSE may give you the rejections of 1930, and then you start to see those sell ideas playing out. So we had a very delicate zone, 1930. You want to be careful here. If we can close above at NYSE and hold above, We should be alright for these bars. Cheers, cheers. Just looking at the 30-minute candles. Okay, we've got 4 minutes left here. But this is quite a strong resistance around 1928, 1929. You know, if we're closing above there on the 30 minutes, you've got clean traffic here up to 1934, let's call it. But that 1930 is tough. We've just tapped 1930. So that's TP1 officially. Like I said, I've already closed out partial, so I'm not going to close out anymore here at TP1. But let's see. What would be ideal for bars and possibly to even stack onto the bars is closes above 1930. And then at NYC, you got to pull back to 1930. It's just tough that we still below. But that, you know, that's something we can still see through this NYC session. If you have taken these bars, just understand that moving a stop loss to break even here is a pretty good shout because you're in nice profit, and you know, to come back into drawdown is really gonna suck. So go break even here. 1930 is a very strong level where we could easily see strong rejections here at NYC. Anything can happen at this level, so you just gotta wait and see how price reacts. I'm thinking to even secure a little bit more here. Nah, let me give it a second. Okay guys, give me 2 minutes. Stop losses at entry here. We've got NYC in 2 minutes. I'll be back now. Okay, so this is NYSE. Look at the 30-minute. We've closed above this resistance, but we're still below 1930. So, like I said, delicate area. You know, if I hadn't taken the buys, because my bias was bearish today. It was. But I've adapted. I was listening to what price was telling me, and like I say, understanding the volume, the lower time frames. And let's just say I hadn't taken these buys and I still wanted the sells of 1930. I would still have to wait for stronger confirmations here. You know, I think with that 30-minute closure above this level, we could still see those buys playing out. But in order to add to this position, which I don't know if I'll do, I would need to be above 1930 here. If this 5-minute candle can close bullish above 1930, that's where I could look to add to this position. I don't want to take it on the break of this high. I want to see the 5-minute candle close bullish above 1930. So something like that, and then with this NYSE volume, you look good to add like that. A 5 minute candle close doji. You know, we stuck between 1930 and 1928. If we break this low, I'm going to actually close full. Just because with this NYSE volume, if you're not breaking above 1930, you know, we could easily get moves back down to 1925 here. Or actually, let's say if we close bearish on this 5, then I'll close out a little bit more. Will you enter another trade? By the looks of things, probably not. Looks like you're getting those rejections of 1930 now. I don't know, I'm not overly convinced here with those sells, to be honest. I think if you do want sells in this area, you know, maybe to be holding above or holding below 1928 here to see something like this. Or actually safer below 1925. Yeah, with the way the 30-minute candle closed above this resistance, I wouldn't want to rush into the sells off of this area. just thinking, could this be the pullback with NYC? You are sort of retesting this previous structure here. I mean, if that's our hourly resistance around 1928 from London session, you basically just retested there with NYC. And that is something we see a lot with NYC, a pullback. So if you have a breakout of structure from London session, so you're looking here on the 30-minute, your resistance was here at 1928. So we've had a breakout above, and we're basically getting a retest here of that structure from London. It's just a very delicate zone with 1930 and all of those rejections. Yeah, 15 minutes coming to a close shortly, 2 minutes. It's, you really don't want this candle to close a strong bearish candle if we still wanting these bars to give us some moves up to 1935. If we're closing a strong bearish candle of 1930, then that's more of a rejection. But it looks like on the lower time frames, it looks like you've had a pullback here to retest the structure to possibly continue moving up. It's tough. But I mean, yeah, just gonna hold what I've got left here. Closed out 50% there. $19.29. So about 27 pips secured already. What do you think about 30-minute fake out closing below support at 1928, anticipating the 4-hour candle to flip bearish? Solid. If this 30-minute candle does close back below 1928, then yes, you could look at that as more of a fake out. So that would be a stronger confirmation for those sells. Like I say, I wasn't really eager on the initial sells just right off 1930. Didn't seem to be worth it with that strong bullish candle above this resistance and all this clean traffic to the left. It's just a tough zone, very tough. I think if you do want sells, waiting for that 30-minute to close bearish is going to give you better chances here. Oh, there's a biltong on the 5. Yeah, fuck. That biltong is coming in hot. Alright, so yeah, sorry, that was the new 15 opening up there. So yeah, we did close bearish off 1930. You know, maybe that was your confirmation there for those sells. Like I said, I'm still holding buys here, but I'll probably be stopped out at break even. Okay, cool. So secured about 27 pips on that. Yeah, no, it looks like you'll probably get nice moves to the downside here now. There's your rejection of 1930. Yeah, the 5-minute biltong really pushed. Yeah, that setup is so powerful. Anyway. Now that you've got clear rejections of 1930, you know, this is where you can be more aggressive with sells. Now that you've got that clear rejection. Earlier on, trying to take sells right at the beginning of New York session, you would have got clapped. Back at 1925, so like I said, at this point for the sells, you probably want to see breaks below 1925. Also safe sells below 1922, this kind of structure here to the left. So I'll wait for the hour candle close. I think waiting for that new hour is going to be a good idea, considering we've had a nice push already here on this previous 5. You know, you don't want to rush into anything at this point. So if you can wait for that hour to close, and we close below 1925, then your job is just to wait for a top wick to form on the new hour candle, and then you're looking solid. So we don't even have to close below 1925 on the hour, but that would be ideal. And then new hour opens up, forms a top wick here. Could even pull back all the way to right here. Looking for moves down to 1920. Possibly looking to have runners down to 1915. it doesn't break the recent low, another bar may give us 25 pips. Yeah, I mean, if you respect 1925, then you're just in this range between 1925 and 1930. I'm done with the buy ideas after seeing that rejection of 1930. I'm just hanging around here for the sells. You know, like I said, coming into the day, I was more bearish, but at that point in time, it made no sense to be taking sells for me right here. And those buys were well worth it. Yeah, aggressive sells of 1930 in hindsight don't look too bad. Obviously just trusting that key level. But it is tough. It's a tough, tricky day. I mean, we've just got indecision coming into the session. You can kind of see that now how, you know, we had the move up, pushed down, and we're not even breaking 25. That 1 hour top wicket drew could be the play with 5-minute structure pullback. Yeah, that's what I would like to see. It's just such a delicate area. Just keep in mind, you know, we've got CPI this week. So you don't want to waste your bullets when things are choppy. We are in a range here. Just 1930 is quite a significant level where we can see really nice moves off of, as we've seen, you know, last week Friday. Once we saw those rejections of 1930, you know, that's where your move came in for the session. And NYSE, you know, will surprise you. Where it looks like there's no volume for the day, although we had a lot of volume through Asian. But you know, a lot of days you'll have like no volume through London session, and NYC just goes and does this sort of thing, you know. That was 100 pip pullback for 130 pip drop on Friday. Nothing was even happening on Friday. That's just NYC, same story here. 2 minutes for the hourly candle close. So that's tough. It's tough closing above 1925. But it does look like we've grabbed a lot of liquidity from 1930. Your previous 4 hour was bearish, you know, considering we broke the high and failed to break above 1930. Now we've come all the way back down. If we break the low of the previous 4 hour, you know, you can anticipate moves down here to like 1920. So if there is something on the 5 minute that makes sense to me, then I'm still willing to give these sells a shot, even if we're not closing below 1925. I was thinking something like this, but I don't really like the look of it. It's not bad. What's up, Uncle Lurks? They playing with us today? Nah, this is normal. Okay, so you've closed bearish there on the hour. Yes, we've closed in the range. We've closed above 1925. But what this is telling me is that we've had a strong rejection of 1930. Okay, so let's see here. Sell stop, or let's just say sells on the break of the previous 4 hour low. You are anticipating a nice move down here to at least 22.5, let's call it. Stops, you can keep above this lower time frame structure, or you could have it above the current hourly high for about 20 pips. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. So we could call it sell stops below the previous 4 hour low there at 24.25. I'll keep my stops above the structure for now. It's about 30 pips. But I'll most probably bring the stop loss in here. Something like that. Are you going to take that trade? Yeah. Obviously, if we break the previous 4-hour low. Whole idea is that we have seen a nice rejection of 1930, anticipating strong moves to the downside of 1930, and then we do have issues here at 1925, but your new hourly candle has just opened up. Previous hour closed bearish, so breaking those lows with this sort of volume, and we've even had some sort of pullback on the lower time frame already. So as we break these lows, we're forming new lows with volume. You're anticipating us to fill some of the clean traffic to the left. And like I say, you're not really anticipating this new hour to flip back bullish. Okay, there we go. And bro, don't say that shit. Okay. We just tapped that low. But I'm in here. I'm in. I've got my stops at 1927.4. For now. Probably bring those stops in a bit. Fuck, we didn't really break these lows on TradingView. Still looks good, yeah. Your 5-minute did close just below 1925. Not a Donvo stop today. Nah, it's maybe a little bit bigger than usual, but not a Donvo stop. Probably as close as you'll get. Oh, DXY is melting. I don't love the look of that. Obviously, if the dollar's a bit weaker, you know, normally you'd then be seeing moves up on gold. But at the end of the day, I'm trading gold here. I'm not trading the DXY. What DXY could be doing here is even just giving you a liquidity grab into this 104.5 to still continue moving bullish. What happened to my Forex funds? My Forex funds got shut down by regulators. Five-minute close bullish there, back above 25, which I don't love. But we did close with no top wick on my broker, so it's kind of fishy. I'm just gonna give it a second here. Let's give it a second. If this 15-minute can close below the support here at 25, we're looking solid. Yeah, DXY often does this. For the month. Sorry, I'll check now. Gone up 52%, you mad? It'll be easier for me to tell you actually. I'm doing a challenge at the moment. I thought it would be interesting to do one with the streams here trading New York. So for September on this challenge account, up 2%. But I mean, keep in mind I'm using very low risk. risking like 0.5% per trade. In total, since like middle of last month, up about 5%. Yeah. 15-minute candle's about to close here. Really want to see this candle close below this support. Looks like I jumped the gun here. On TradingView, it never really broke that low. On my broker, it did. So, you know, it is what it is. Don't really like the rejections at these lows here. Looking at the 1 minute, what's going on there? 5 minutes still looks not great, but it looks okay. Okay, we've closed bearish on the 15, but the issue is we're still above this support. So you could potentially still see rejections here. Idea for management, as we break the previous 15-minute high, you can close out partials there to limit your risk, manage the downside. I'm gonna hold full here. You know, I'm personally coming into the week with slightly lower risk, with CPI ahead, and we've got no bottom wick here, so I'm gonna take a chance. But it's not looking amazing. Worries me that it may retest 28. Yeah, me too. Looking at what I saw was this structure on the 1 minute that didn't really get retested. You know, you may come up and retest that level. So I don't know, man. Don't really want to move the stop. What is that? 6 pips. I don't know, it feels so wrong. Even though it's 6 pips, it feels very wrong. I don't know, chat. I don't think I can do it. My stop is still at 27.4 personally. Nah, I haven't heard from Jared, look. I actually just haven't heard from him. tough. You're coming close to stops here. You know, stops are above this structure, so just letting it do its thing. Still no bottom wick on the 15. Also, this was still the hourly, maybe creating a slightly steeper top wick. Now that you've grabbed a little bit more liquidity, if we can't break these lows, we should be seeing quite a nice move. Okay. $5 just looks really ugly. In testing a lot, I noticed that the move comes in generally the second 30 minutes of the hour. First 30 minutes of the hour can be tough. Yeah. Yeah, well, this 30 minutes was definitely tough. Got 8 minutes left. This 15 looks like it'll come flip bearish now. Get that bottom wick, but can we break below 25? Tick-tock. Tick-tock on the clock. So it looks like the 15 did go and create a bottom wick. You know, when it flips bearish, obviously you want to see it give a push and drive. But it looks like we're still just hovering above 25 here. You know, the structure doesn't look too bad on the 1 minute. You can see here, of course, we had those rejections at 1930. And then we started to form this bearish structure at a deeper pullback. And then got in on the break of the lows, basically with stops above this structure here. So we have had a deeper pullback. But looks like we are forming resistance. You know, this is like a double top. I'm not emphasizing on the pattern. I'm emphasizing on the structure, how we are respecting this bearish structure. that DXY selling off makes me uneasy. But you know, like I say, sometimes the DXY can give you like mad pullbacks that end up just being liquidity grabs here. You can see you coming into this zone to the left. And at the end of the day, like I said, not trading DXY, we're trading gold, right? Just focusing on the price action of gold. I'm trusting the reactions here of 1930. I think my trading view chart's frozen. Okay, no, it's fine. Okay, it's getting trickier. Last couple of minutes of the 30 minutes. Still holding above 25 here. Got a minute and 40 seconds. What would be most ideal is if we were closing below this support. But I don't think we'll get that, so as long as we are not closing bullish. If we close bullish, manage the position. Volume has kind of just died out here. I do believe once we get below 1925 that we should see nice continuations down here to possibly the lows of the range. You know, maybe not such a swift move like on Friday later in the session, but potentially coming into London close, maybe through even Asian session, moving back down to the lows of this range, 1915, even 1916, 1916.5. Can we close below 1925? Possibly. That 15 looks great. You grabbed some liquidity there with that top wick. New hour also got a decent top wick now. 30-minute looks like it will close below the support. Cool. Yeah, it looks solid. No top wick. But we have closed below 25. Okay, whoa. Gold. Okay. Just be careful. So this is a new 30-minute opening up with no top wick. You're just ripping down. You know, like I say, we've grabbed a lot of liquidity from 1930. You're seeing that volume come in now. You don't necessarily need top wicks in this time. But just be aware of that story there with no top wick. You know, price could easily come back and create that high for the 30-minute, but you got a lot of volume. Fucking wee! How's that push? Okay. So there's this structure here to the left at 1922. Once we can clear that zone, so you could use that as a break-even point. If you are concerned about that to the left, go break even now. Personally, I'm not going to. I know that if price comes against me, I can manage quite aggressively based off that 25 key level. So I'm not going break even just yet. I would like to see this clean traffic down to 1920 being corrected. A bit of a grinder waiting for the volume to kick back in, but there it goes. It looks good. Don't like to hold positions, but pays the bills. So 1920 will be TP1. And then run a TP at 1916.5. Yeah, I'm telling you, this was a liquidity grab for the DXY. Hey, well look, there's your 30-minute candle you were talking about. So yeah, first 30 minutes of this hour was really brutal. But this new 30-minute open and just ripped. So at this point, what I'm thinking to do is to move the stop loss to above the previous 15-minute high at least. It does just shave off a couple pips there, like 6 pips. Let's call it 27. Stop loss 1927. Yeah, saving myself about 4 pips for now. Like I say, if price does come against you at this point, it should be relatively easy to manage. If we do come back to break even, I'll close out 50% and then see what price does at 1925. But it looks good, yeah. Just trusting the volume, trusting the process. Yeah, 1922. We gotta get below 1922. So currently up about 20 pips. It's just dripping. Look at that 5 minute. No top wick, no bottom wick. Just pure volume. Pure bearish volume. You know what? I'm thinking to actually just close out 50% here. This 22, I'm concerned it gives us some issues. No. This is the 1 minute time frame doing this to me, man. Can't look at that 1 minute for too long. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna close out 50% here, and I'll move my stop loss to entries as well. So what I'm seeing is this is just 1 minute structure, you know, nothing crazy, but we did get a bit of a wick, like rejection of 22. Sorry, I just want to move my stop loss to entry here. So we formed a support there on the 1 minute. Next one closed bearish, and then, you know, this is a setup I see quite a lot on like a 5 minute off of a key level, where you form a support, next candle closes like a weak bearish candle, and then we break the highs and we get a push. I don't really want to sit through pullbacks and drawdown at this point, so, you know, maybe closing out too soon, whatever the case, but I'm happy for the day. You know, that first trade, it's just took out stops, couple pips, so obviously that was a bummer. And then this has been a bit of a grinder. We're coming later into the session. I would rather just close out some. I mean, sitting through that nonsense for 30 minutes, I don't like that. I'm feeling quite drained, so I'd rather just take some profits, not get caught holding the bag. Third trade of the day. You know, if I'm using up all 3 of my trades for the day, I'd rather just at least walk away with a little bit of profit. Yeah, I think we'll most probably come and get the top wick for the 30 minutes. And at that point, I'll be taken out at break even, which I'm fine with at this point in time. Thursday is also a pretty big day. You got euro interest rates, so that could be very interesting. Obviously, we have this core retail sales, PPR, unemployment claims. You know, Thursday, when you have all of this sort of data, all these different folders, it's very likely that this comes out mixed. So, you know, you'll probably have some reports that are good, some that are bad. And when you have a scenario like that, price action can get pretty choppy. So, you know, on a day like that, it could be very challenging to trade. But also, if you're waiting for NYC, you may get cleaner moves, and you may still have very nice volume later in the session. So Thursday, you know, we'll see if things pop off, but Wednesday, things should definitely be heating up. Tomorrow, day before CPR, I'm going to see what price is looking like. If we just really choppy, I don't think I'll stream tomorrow, to be honest. Save the bullets for CPR. So I closed out about 15 pips on that. Two 2.5% in 2.5 hours. Lovely, B man. So yeah, that 22 did give you reaction, so you know I'm happy I closed out some there. And whatever happens, happens at this point. Personally, I'm not going to have runners all the way down to the lows here. I'm actually going to set my TP at 1920. And I'll just leave it. It's gonna be a set and forget situation here. New 15 minutes about to open up. Just looking at the 15-minute candle. Obviously we have no top wick on that, on the current 15, right? So new 15 could still come up, create that top wick for the 30-minute candle. But if we look at what's going on with the 1 minute, it looks like we've had a bit of a pullback and, you know, formed a resistance here. So if that new 15 opens up and we get the wick fill, that's showing you that that bearish volume is there, and we may not get the top wick actually being formed on the 30-minute. Basically, as long as we break the low of this 15 and don't get tapped out at break even, you know, we're looking good for the TP at 20. But it's tough. It's very tough with that candle with no top wick. Yeah, no. New 15 minutes, what is it gonna do? Are we just gonna see that volume come back in, get the wick full? Come on. Come on. No. No, I think your pullback here gets stopped out of break even. So, yeah, that's looking like my day, chat. Still in here, but I think I'll get tapped out. Take me out if you're gonna take me out, gold. Come on, do your thing. If you wanted to give this more room to run and you're looking to target the lows of the range at 1916, something like that, you could leave your stop loss above 25, you know, call it 1926. Just personally, like I say, I'm not looking to hold here like through the night or anything crazy, so I'd rather take the break even if I need to. But I wouldn't be surprised if we did get a retest of 1925 and then saw this continuation down. But you can't ask for too much more. I mean, you have moved quite a bit in this session, you know, 50 pips up, and then off 1930 we saw like an 80 pip drop. You know, I don't know what more we can really ask for here 2 days before CPI. You don't always see the best moves like leading up to these big events, you know. Still had decent volume, but overall pretty tricky day. Not bad though. Still in it. Just sitting here, not really doing much right now. I'm thinking to just call it a day, and I'll keep you guys updated on the Discord. Let's just wait for the hourly candle close. See what happens. I'll give the new hour like 5 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes. But I'm not gonna sit here too much longer. Five minutes looks decent. Looks like we are forming, or potentially forming, a bit of a resistance here. Looks like we may just survive that that pullback. Are you live every day? Yes, sir. Monday to Friday. And then, you know, tomorrow I might not stream just because Wednesday is CPR. So I like to just chill out sometimes the day before a big event. You know, just like the market likes to chill out and just range, consolidate. I like to do the same. We'll see. I'll see how my day goes tomorrow. And I'll see how price is setting up as well. You know, if things are looking good, if there's something heat, if maybe we get a breakout of 1930 or below 1915, then I'll stream. But if we still stuck in this range, no, probably won't. I've closed bearish. Yay, Mo. Lovely, bro. Lovely, lovely. I saw your Instagram story, Mo. Milking it. Looks like you're starting to get the wick fill on the 15 there. But yeah, will we hold below 1922 coming into the new hour is the question, because we can easily come back into this level. Damn it. We can easily come back into 22 and reject. Okay. Looking to the left, that 1923 was actually also quite a significant level we were looking at for a couple days there. You know, I think if we can close below there on the hourly, we should be okay. Would be even better if we could get closures below this 22.5, the structure from earlier on today. Ah, solid. We look good here, chat. We look good. If this new hour can open up like the previous study opened up, we should be at TP in the next 2 minutes. But who knows? Like I say, if you want runners here, 1916, even 1915 is not a bad target. But at this point in time, I'm going to be happy to take my profit at 1920 and run. Come on. It's like a bit of a rejection from 1922. Okay, well, we have closed nice and bearish on the hour, 30 minutes. You've basically closed below that support on the 30-minute bodies, just. But it's a tricky area. Let's let it do its thing. TP. Looks clean. Let's see, can we break the previous hour low and get that push to 1920? Got some rejections at 1920.5. Just keep that level in mind there. Breaking the previous hourly low. Looks solid there for a little push. All the way to 1920. Come on. Longest NY in a while. Yeah, it is. It is. Bit of a messy one, but got the job done. Okay. So yeah, we broke the previous hourly low and we're not getting the push. So maybe the volume is starting to die out here. Can we hold below 22? Struggling to get that push now. If this 5-minute closes above 1922, I'm gonna close full and call it a day. If we can close below, then I'm okay letting it run. But you can see on the 1 minute how, you know, we're struggling at these lows. So yeah, that's looking like I'll probably end up closing here. Close right at that level. Okay, let me hold for a bit. Was the first 5 minutes of the hour. So hopefully this next 5 can give us a bit of a cleaner move. But I mean, overall, that structure looks good. It does look good. Let's see. The previous hour closed really strong. But later in the session, you know, you can see the volumes dying out a little bit. I think if we do break these lows again, At that point, I would anticipate us to start pushing down here to 1920, 1920.5 at least. And then I could even start to move my stop loss in a little bit in some profit. Okay, chat. I'm gonna close full here. This 5 minute looks like it'll close bullish. And yeah, just the fact that we're struggling to break these lows, I think we'll probably get a deeper pullback. Could come back up to 1925 here. You know, this is... I haven't closed just yet. So it's about 20 pips, let's call it. 19, 20 pips. So closing full here, 20 pips. Not bad. But yeah, we'll pick it up either tomorrow or for CPR. Thank you guys for joining today. It was a bit of a hectic one sitting through this this drawdown on the sell, but played out nicely. I do believe that you have potential to hold here at least to 1920, maybe run us to 1916. Just for me, it's a little bit late here. I would rather secure my profits personally, and you know, tomorrow's another day. Market's going to be here tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you guys there. Cheers everybody, take it easy. Safe trading. CPR later this week. Don't burn through your capital. Preserve your capital. Because if things are choppy before CPR, they will clear up afterwards. Or at least we hope, right? But anyway, preserve capital.